This is Bouw 7 with some more survival tactics, and as promised, doing the video here on a Faraday cage. Now I'm going small scale here with this, and this will work for a smaller type of bucket or pail that you can easily move around, and you can really upgrade this to a larger trash can, so to speak, or to even larger than that if you so choose. But I want to go over the basics here, and for people that have questions on how to do this or that, I just want to go over the basic steps here that you need to take to be able to build yourself one of these. That way you have something in case of an EMP event, a solar flare event, things of that nature, where you do not want to lose access to some of your vital stuff like ham radios. And I'm going to show you a way to test this too when it's all said and done. But take a good look at what I have here. You're going to need a knife, measuring tape, or a razor, a pair of scissors. I have some regular masking tape, a regular tape down here, and then some pipe insulation tape that you see up top there. And going to be using all of that plus a spare piece of cardboard to do the job here. Now, as you can see, I've cut some holes out of the cardboard here, and what I simply did is I took the bucket and sat it down on the empty spot there and drew around it and cut inside of it. As you can see, I've got the lid down here, and I also did the same thing, drew around it, and then cut a little inside of it so it would fit snug inside of the top. Now what I've done is I've taken the thinner tape. You don't want to use the thicker tape. You want to use the thinner tape that I have over here. You want to use that to kind of seal it up if you want to seal. Sometimes that cardboard will stay in there snug if you cut it right, but this is just an extra layer, and it's thin. That way when you go to clamp the lid down, it goes down properly. So with the lid, as I just explained, you're going to want to cut out the piece and simply stuff it in here, and if you want, create a seal by putting some thin tape around the top. You just want to make sure that it closes all the way. Now, I chose the solid steel containers you can see right here. You can pick these up. You can get all the supplies for like 30 bucks to create this. Then what I did is I measured inside from bottom to top. I took that measurement and I cut out a bunch of extra pieces, as you can see in the floor on the right. Now, what I like to do is with the seams and with these bolts here, I like to be able to run a piece over top of that, like you'll see here on the other side. And then what I'll do is I'll lay down a strip here, and then cardboard in between, and then a strip, cardboard, strip, and I'll continue that process all the way around until finished. Now, as you can see, the bottom simply took the cardboard cutout, and it fits snug right there in the bottom. Now you're wanting to create a separation barrier between this itself and any of the objects that you have inside. Now you can also wrap your objects, your ham radios, tablets, computers, things of that nature, with aluminum foil, and that is what they call a nested Faraday cage. Now some people out there will suggest to try to ground this to copper wire, maybe even a water pipe, just to have a good ground. Others will say that having a ground is not necessary, that you don't necessarily need a ground for the Faraday cage if it's put together the correct way. So for these first couple steps, as I wanted to show you here, the supplies that you'll need, you can go ahead and do the cutouts for the bottom and for the lid and put those in, and then start the process of first laying one strip of tape here as you see here, over that seam, and then start the process, as I'm about to show you, of working your way around. And once done with the inside, it will look similar to this. Now, I got to point out that this is to your liking. It's however you want to create the barrier on the inside. You can be unique with it. You just want to make sure that you have that separation there away from the container itself. And some people just find a way to put one piece of cardboard all the way around and just kind of tape it in place. This, in my opinion, is a lot more solid. I make sure that all these grooves are touching the metal. I make sure that it's all pressed down, and this type of tape is very good. It sticks very well, and you have just a few things left from here to complete this. And really, these last details are to the preference of the person and the cage itself. Now, with this, for example, you want to make sure that this has a firm closing and that it seals solid all the way around. Well, we're going to test this here in a second, and I'll show you that. If you have any gaps, some of the best ways to fill those gaps is to use aluminum foil around the rim before you put the lid on. And this is how you test it with the radio inside. Hear that? Still going. Still playing. As soon as it seals, you guys probably can't hear that, but you will hear nothing but static. No reception. As soon as you lift it and break that connection, the slightest bit, you're going to get the signal through. This is how you test to make sure everything is solid. So there you guys go. The Faraday cage. I hope that this video was informative and helps you guys. Keep an eye out for more videos from here on out in regards to survival tactics. And remember, you can also wrap your items, your ham radios, with aluminum foil and place them in here. That is what they call a nested Faraday cage. Till next time, this has been Bouw 7. Much love.